Hello Star Wars fans, and welcome to my review of the 2008 Legacy Collection, Bane Malar. Or Bane Malar, I don't know how to say it. So this guy has kind of an interesting story about him. He was a Jabba's Palace character, but he was never actually seen on screen in the movie. People will swear they remember seeing him in the movie. But he was, I guess, an extra. Got dressed up for the part and everything, but none of the cuts he was in, none of the shots he was in, just made it into the final movie. But yet there's still, pictures of him from production and, and like the Star Wars cards and the action figures. So he's supposed to be this bounty hunter, mysterious guy that can read people's minds and steal their secrets and all that stuff. Oh, and if you're going to say he's the guy that Chewbacca pushed when Chewbacca and Leia first come into Jabba's palace, I've looked at that scene like 5 times, and I'm convinced that it's not this guy, but it's still possible. Okay, so let's start off with the articulation for this guy. He has a ball-jointed head, ball shoulder, ball elbow, swivel wrist, swivel torso, swivel leg, ball knee, and ball foot. So, that's a, pretty standard super articulated guy. There's definitely not anything to complain about there. I mean, it's always better to have a bald torso, but this one works just fine. It's got a very interesting sculpt. I'm really digging like the bandoliers that he has, and although the helmet is not removable, I think it's a really neat helmet, and it gives him like this sort of mysterious look. And then you can't really tell here, but he's actually kind of a short guy. He's about the height of a C-3PO, I think. Yeah, so he's just below average. The only thing kind of weird with this sculpt is that you can just barely see sometimes that there's like a gap in between his torso and his belt. It's more apparent when you see it in real life than how you can see it on the screen. So it is definitely like a visible flaw. But other than that, I actually really like his look. He's got, pretty standard paint. He's actually really wrinkly, which is kind of cool. It's a very wrinkly flight suit. And as far as paint goes, actually, I really like his helmet. It's kind of got this... it's not sparkly, but it's this kind of like shimmery shine paint to it. And that looks actually pretty cool. I don't think I've ever seen that paint on a figure before. Everything just gives him kind of a very unique look. His shoulder and elbow joints aren't hidden very well, though. They're very jointy looking. But the legs look pretty darn good. Pretty natural. His holster on his left hip is kind of ginormous, though. Now, I'm not sure if maybe that's because the pistol is just that kind of size, because the pistol that I have is actually not the correct one. I bought this guy loose on eBay, and he didn't come with the pistol. He just came with his main rifle. So I just took this old, generic gun from the extra gun packs that come with figures, and I stuck it in there because it's about the right size. But it's kind of a big pistol holster, not holder. His other weapon is this rifle, and I think it's really cool. It doesn't look very Star Warsy to me. This just looks like a real gun, like, I don't know, what does that look like? I don't know, a mix, like an AK or an M16, like some sort of, it just looks like a real assault rifle, not a Star Wars laser. And that's actually kind of cool. It's, painted silver and brown, and is nicely detailed. A very unique gun, that's for sure. With this kind of cool strap that's, has sculpted detail on it. Thumbs up for the gun. He can hold it all right in either one of his hands. Neither one of them is too tight, though, so it's often better to have him hold both, but he definitely can hold it with just one hand. He holds this generic pistol a little better, though. He's got kind of a wide grip, but it's definitely one that can work well for weapons. So he's got a cool assault rifle, just good sculpt, a really interesting paint job, especially with that helmet, and just overall a really cool look. So I'm definitely going to give this guy a 4 out of 5. I'm very pleased with him, and I'm excited to add another bounty hunter to my collection. Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.